Samashti ki. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Namo Pankajanabhaya Namo Pankajamarine Namo Pankajanetraya Namaste Pankajangri. Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 8, text 36 to 47. Dhruva Maharaj leaves home for the forest. Text 36. My dear Lord, I am very impudent for not accepting your instructions, but this is not my fault. It is due to my having been born in a Kshatriya family. My stepmother Surichi has pierced my heart with her harsh words. Therefore, your valuable instruction does not stand in my heart. Text 37. O learned Brahmana, I wanted to occupy a position more exalted than any yet achieved within the three worlds by anyone, even by my father and grandfather. If you will oblige, kindly advise me of an honest path to follow by which I can achieve the goal of my life. Text 38. My dear Lord, you are worthy son of Lord Brahma, and you travel playing on your musical instrument, the veena, for the welfare of the entire universe. You are like the sun, which rotates in the universe for the benefit of all living beings. Text 39. The sage Maitreya continued, the great personality Narada Muni, upon hearing the words of Dhruva Maharaja, became very compassionate towards him, and in order to show him his causeless mercy, he gave him the following expert advice. Text 40. The great sage Narada told Dhruva Maharaja the instructions given by your mother Suniti to follow the path of devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead is just suitable for you. You should therefore completely observe yourself in the devotional service of the Lord. Text 41. Any person who desires the fruits of the four principles, religiosity, economic development, sense gratification, and at the end, liberation, should engage himself in the devotional service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. For worship of his lotus feet yields the fulfillment of all this. Text 42. My dear boy, I therefore wish all good fortune for you. You should go to the bank of Yamuna, where there is a virtuous forest named Madhuvana, and thereby purified. Just by going there, one draws nearer to the Supreme Personality of Godhead who always lives there. Text 43. Narada Muni instructed, my dear boy, in the waters of the Yamuna river, which is known as Kalindi, you should take 3 baths daily because the water is very auspicious, sacred, and clear. After bathing, you should perform the necessary regulative principles for Ashtanga Yoga and then sit down on your asana, sitting place, in a calm and quiet position. Text 44. After sitting on your seat, practice the 3 kinds of breathing exercises and thus gradually control the life air, the mind, and the senses. Completely free yourself from all material contaminations and with great patience begin to meditate on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Text 45. The form of the Lord is described herein. The Lord's face is perpetually very beautiful and pleasing in attitude. To the devotees who sees him, he appears never to the displeased, and he is always prepared to award benedictions to them. His eyes, his nicely decorated eyebrows, his raised nose, and his broad forehead are all very beautiful. He is more beautiful than all the demigods. Text 46. Narada Muni continued, the Lord's form is always youthful. Every limb and every part of his body is properly formed, free from defects. His eyes and lips are pinkish like the rising sun. He is always prepared to give shelter to the surrendered souls, and anyone so fortunate as to look upon him feels all satisfaction. The Lord is always worthy to be the master of the surrendered soul, for he is the ocean of mercy. Text 47. The Lord is further described as having a mark of Srivatsa, or the sitting place of the goddess of fortune, and his bodily hue is deep bluish. The Lord is a person. He wears a garland of flowers, and he is eternally manifest with four hands, which holds beginning from the lower left hand, the conch shell, wheel, club, and lotus flower. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Yeah, when you're ready, Sri Krishna Prabhu, you can start, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Swamini Gopi Mataji. Sundran Prabhu. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Vairagya Vidya Nija Bhakti Yogam Sikshashtamekam Purusha Puranam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Sariradari Kripam Prabhadye. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So today we are seeing this wonderful section where Maitreya Rishi is continuing to describe the descendants of Swayambhu Manu. So in the lineage of Swayambhu Manu, we have seen the two Uttanapada. So on his lineage, Dhruv Maharaj is being described here. So here there is a specific situation that Dhruv Maharaj is actually going through. So being Brahma's grandson, you can imagine that he is directly a Brahma's grandson, and he is born in a Kshatriya family. Is being only 5 years old, he couldn't tolerate an insult. So this is a real Kshatriya spirit. So now his stepmother insulted him so much that he cannot be sit on the throne in the future. That means his kingdom will not be, after his father, will not be given to him, even though he is the elder son. So as per Kshatriya Dharma, the elder son actually inherits the throne. But Dhruv Maharaj, in this case, her stepmother told directly that you are not fit. So it kind of insulted him so much, and his heart is being pierced. So he's in extreme anger. So now, so he took the advice of his mother, Suniti, and he went to the forest. So he is meeting Narada Muni. By the grace of the providence, will of the providence, Narada Muni is actually, just on that particular moment, he is meeting Dhruva. So Narada Muni is basically Guru tests the disciple before he initiates. So Narada Muni is actually initiating Dhruva Maharaj in this situation because he is also giving mantra, he is giving how to worship the Lord, he is giving the how to meditate the Lord, the form of the Lord. So he's acting perfectly like a guru in this situation, um, who is very, very dear to the souls who are in misery in this material world. So in this situation, what is happening today, now we can see that Dhruv Maharaj is replying from verse number 36. So basically, Narada Muni tested. He said, "Oh Dhruva, you are just a small boy. This happiness and distress, this comes in the material world, and you just have to tolerate so that you can attain the peace of mind. But Dhruva Maharaj is saying that Narada Muni, this is maybe applicable for a Brahmana who can actually in that situation. But as far I am concerned, I am in the mode of ignorance. So I'm covered by tamoguna. My heart is completely broken. And this kind of instruction is not at all satisfying my heart. It's not touching my heart. So he's being very frank. So he's just being frank and telling Narada Muni. So uh, now it is he's also giving the reason. So from verse number 36, he's saying, it is not my fault. It is my having born in a Kshatriya family. So he's accepting the fact that he knows even in 5 years old he knows all this, how the trigunas works, how he is affected by this fierce words, and how his mother gave the solution. So he's very staunch in achieving the greater than his grandfather's kingdom. So generally, we see in this material world also people want to achieve greater heights than their forefathers. Now, Dhuru Maharaj, from a prosperity perspective, he has taken this vow, and he nothing short of that instruction is going to satisfy him. So now, Prabhupada quotes here that about you know Brahmana. So Brahmana actually, because he's fully dedicated on the path of the Supreme Lord, Brahmana doesn't take insults very seriously. If an insult comes, Brahmana just tolerates, and then he simply focuses on the Supreme Lord. But in this situation, he is in a Kshatriya spirit, and at this moment is completely is broken hearted. So now these instructions are not going to be satisfying Dhruva. So that's what Prabhupada also saying. So now if you go further, now he's frankly saying, Dhruva Maharaj is frankly saying what he wants. So he's opening up his heart. So Narada Muni is on the other side, he's like a guru. So he can actually give a right instruction, whatever the desires from the heart from Dhruva Maharaj. So Dhruva is opening up his heart and saying, okay, this is what I want. Please give me a honest, solution for this one. So what he is saying, Tribhuvana, Tribhuvana Utkrishtam. So he's saying Tribhuna, like all the three worlds. I want a Padam position which is greater than the three worlds. I want to rule a kingdom which is greater than these three worlds. Like right now, there's three worlds. If you see that 7 planetary systems on the upper and lower planetary systems, these 14 planets is being ruled by Lord Brahma. So now he wants a kingdom which is not part of this three worlds and which is greater than the three worlds. So that's what his desires are. And he's saying, Jigishu is desirous. Please, and he's also saying, Bruhi Asmat Pitrubir Brahman. So my forefathers, greater than my forefathers, my father and grandfather, please tell me a path that I can acquire this. So now the Dhruva Maharaj is given what he wants, and now he is glorifying Narada Muni. So he is perfectly understanding the position of Narada Muni, and he is saying, Narada, you travel all over the planetary systems with your veena and always praising the Lord, playing on your veena. For the what is the purpose? He says that you travel for the purpose of Jagat Hitaya Jagato Ar Arkavat. So Hitaya Jagat, so for the welfare of all the creation, the whole world. So now he's also praising that Narada Muni is like a sun, he's rotating the universe for the benefit of all living entities. So So such is the glory of Narada Muni. We very well understands that. Now Maitreya Rishi is saying, is speaking the heart of Narada Muni. So after hearing the words of Dhuru Maharaj, now Narada Muni became very compassionate. I mean, imagine a 5-year-old boy is speaking to you, is so sincere that he wants to achieve his goal. Now a guru is very compassionate, and he is giving an expert advice how we can achieve that goal. So So if you go further here, so Narada Muni, Narada Uvacha. So what Narada Muni is saying? So Narada Muni is basically saying that whatever your mother said, Suniti, that is a perfect path to follow. So is just suitable for you. Bhagavan Vasudevastam. So he's directly saying Vasudeva Krishna, you should worship him. Bhajatam Pravanatmana. So Pravana Atmana. So you should worship him, you should fully absorb your mind in Bhagavan Vasudeva. So, and then, so he is saying, so just follow that path which is given by your mother Suniti. So here, the point here again is Narada Muni is ready to bless him in the same instruction given by Mother Suniti. So he's remembering the same instructions. So now at this point we can understand that how Narada Muni has come for the give the blessing of bhakti to a person who is hankering after bhakti. So even though Dhuru Maharaj is not, directly saying, I want to achieve the Supreme Lord's mercy and achieve Supreme Lord's Dhamma, or I want to serve the Supreme Lord. He just says, I want a position bigger than my grandfather. But even though the goal is not spiritual goal, but the path is a spiritual path, then still it is glorified because he is not trying to work hard on like by achieving something in the material world, working hard by himself, but he is trying to take the help of the Supreme Lord. So we know from Bhagavad Gita that anyone who comes to the Supreme Lord is virtuous, right? So here Dhuru Maharaj is approaching the Supreme Lord, and not only that, he is trying to perfect the Ashtanga Yoga process, which is very, very difficult to perfect. So from all perspectives, his goal may be wrong, but his path is perfect. So that's why Narada Muni is ready to bless him. So now Narada Muni, he's giving a specific instruction. So we can see that Narada Muni is not giving any vague, very, very specific instructions. So what he's saying, Dharmartha Kama Mokshakyam. So he's saying anybody who is desiring to achieve. So in this case, what Dhuru Maharaj is desiring to achieve is his desire of Kama, of having a bigger kingdom, ruling a bigger kingdom. So is a religious, economic development we can call. So it's not, it's artha and kama. It's not dharma or moksha. So but still Narada Muni is beginning with the message saying that anyone who wishes to all these four principles definitely can, approach the Supreme Lord, because ultimately he is the one who is fulfilling all of these desires through the demigods. So what he's saying is Karanam Pada Sevanam. So he's saying by approaching the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord, worshipping the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord, one can definitely achieve this, all of these four Purusharthas goals. So in Bhagavatam also there are other verses which says similar message, right? So whatever may be your desire, whether it is economic development, whether it is achieving your desires, or you want to, perfect yourself in the goal of bhakti, you can approach the Supreme Lord. Akama, moksha kama, Akama sarva kama moksha kama udarati tivrena bhakti yogena yajatam purusham param. So Bhagavatam also says in other verses also, it's the same message here Narada Muni is also saying here. So now here in this verse, he opened up the path of instructions. Now from verse number 42, he is giving some specific instructions. So what he's asking Dhuru Maharaj is going to select a particular place in the forest. So that particular place is called Madhuvana. So Madhuvana is one of the 12 forests where Krishna's pastimes happened on the banks of Yamuna. So it's a Dhamma, it's a holy place. Now Dhuru Maharaj is going to that holy place to perfect himself. So here he says, you go to that place called Madhuvana, and he is also blessing. What Narada Muni is saying is Badram The. He is giving all auspiciousness onto your goal. So he's blessing him, he's giving auspicious blessings, and he's asking him to go to that particular place. And just by going there, one draws nearer to the Supreme Personality of Godhead who always lives there. So Sannidhyam Nityata Hare. So this holy place is very, very special. He says that Lord always lives there, and then you would be able to go closer to the Lord. So now in this purport, Prabhupada gives an elaborate purport here, how the holy places are so special. It is very easy to cultivate bhakti in a holy place. And he's also saying those who are not advanced, they should take shelter of the holy place. And those who are advanced like Narada Muni, they can travel all over the world. Sometimes Narada Muni even goes to the hellish planets to distribute the message of the Lord. But those who are not advanced should take the shelter of the holy place. So wherever there is a Vishnu temple, that is also a holy place. So by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, we have centers all over the earth now, like all prominent cities. So we can take the shelter of the temple, the holy dham, the murti, the devotees. So that way we will also be protected. Just like a holy dham is powerful, the Vishnu's temple and the devotees also expand this holy dham all over the creation. So now Prabhupada gives a lot of details, but he also mentions the 12 forests of Vrindavana. So the 12 forests of Vrindavana, Madhuvana, and he's also saying Bhadravana, Bilvavana, Lauhavana, Bandiravana, Mahavana. On the western side, we have Madhuvana, Talavana, Kumudavana, Bahulavana, Kamyavana, Badiravana, and Vrindavana. So all these 12 forests where Krishna performed all his beautiful pastimes. Now he is also describing many ghats. There are beautiful ghats. There is also Dhruva Ghat, where Dhruva Maharaj meditated and underwent severe penances and austerities. So that is the place where Dhruva Maharaj performed these severe austerities. So now going forward, Narada Muni is giving more instructions. So now he's saying in the Yamuna river, he should take bath 3 times a day. So 3 times a day, and the very auspicious and sacred water. And he's also saying the other name of Yamuna, Kalindya Sali Silve. So in this verse, it's mentioned Kalindya. So the word Kalindi, the Yamuna river is also called Kalindi. And what he is saying, again, after taking bath, you should perform Ashtanga Yoga and sit down on a asana in a calm and quiet position. So now, so Prabhupada quotes that Dhruva Maharaj already knew this Ashtanga Yoga. So he's being instructed in the Ashtanga Yoga. It seems like Dhruva Maharaj already knew this path. So he's quoting that in the purport. And Going further, so Mara now in the Ashtanga Yoga, in the stages, higher stages of Ashtanga Yoga, where one dharana, dhyana, samadhi, dhyana, dharana, samadhi, in those stages, one has to meditate on the Supreme Lord form. So in the beginning stages, one has to control the mind and senses so that he can focus on the form of the Lord. So now Narada Muni is going to reveal that form of the Lord which Dhruva Maharaj can meditate. So, so in the beginning stages, one has to control the mind and the life here. Now he is giving instructions on that also. So pranayamena trivrata. So he's saying you have to perfect the pranayama in the three recommended ways. So and control the prana indriya, mana, malam. So mana malam is the impurities in the mind. You have to get rid of the impurities in the mind and senses and control the life here. So then he is saying Sanair mean gradually. Sanair Vyudashya. So then gradually you should come to the point of Manasha Guruna Gurum. So now he's gradually come to the point of meditating on the Supreme Lord. So, so in this verse, Prabhupada also says that one can come to the point of samadhi by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. So by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, one immediately concentrates on the sound vibration and thinks of the lotus feet of the Lord. And very quickly, one is elevated to the position of samadhi or trance. So we can understand that the difficult position achieved by Dhruva Maharaj can also achieved by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra even at the age of Kali. So we can understand the greatness of chanting. So Kali Kale Namarupa Krishna Avatar. In the Kali Yuga, Krishna is very compassionate. So he just comes in the holy name and tries to bestow the same mercy which was bestowed by Narada Muni to Dhruva Maharaj. So now in the verse number 45, he starts describing the Lord's beauty, beautiful form, how to meditate on the beautiful form. So these are the features, specific features of how the Lord will appear. So now he starts by saying the Lord's face. So Lord's face, he starts Prashada Abhimukam. So Abhimukam Shashvat Prasanna Vadanam. So he's saying the face is pleasing, it's like just pleasing. Prasanna Vadanam is very beautiful and pleasing in attitude. And he's saying Sunasham Subruvam Charu. So Subruvam means that the eyebrows are very nicely decorated. Sunasham means the nasa means the nose, the navel, so it's very sharp, nicely constructed, very sharp nose. And he's also saying Kopalam Sura Sundaram. So the forehead is very beautifully formed. So these are the features he's saying. It's similar to the verse that Bhishma Dev glorifies the Lord in a Vishnu Sahasranama. It's a similar. So Vishnu Sahasranama also says that Shantakaram Bhujagasayanam Padmanabham Suresham Vishwadaram Gagana Shadrusham Megavarnam Shubhangam Lakshmi Kantam Kamalanayanam Yogi Bir Dhyanagamyam Vande Vishnu Bhavabhayaharam Sarva Lokaika Natham. And then Sashanka Chakram, Sakirita Kundalam, Sapita Vastram, Sarashuru Yekshanam, Sahara Vakshasthala Kaustuvastriyam, Namami Vishnum Sirasha Chaturubhujam. So here also same features, the Chaturubhuja features, all the features Narada Muni mentions. So in the verse number 46, he says, Lord is always youthful. Tarunam Ramaniyangam. So Taruni, like Taruna means very beautiful youth, like just a blown, like full blown youth. And then he's saying that the lips are very pinkish. Aruna Osta Ikshana Adaram. So And he's also saying a specific features of Lord's qualities also, in the along with the form, while meditating, some qualities also is mentioning. Pranata Ashrayanam. So he is giving shelter, Ashrayanam, to the surrendered souls. And Sharanyam, Karuna Arnavam. So he is merciful like an ocean of mercy. And he is also giving shelter to all surrendered souls. These are some features that he's mentioning again for Dhruv Maharaj to meditate. And finally, on the verse number 47, so he is also saying that Srivatsa, Lord's Srivatsa, which is the place where the Mother Lakshmi resides. And he is saying that Lord is deep bluish. So here it says Ganakshyamam. So Ganakshyamam is a deep bluish color form, and he wears Vanamalinam. So the forest flowers, garland of forest flowers, and Shanka Chakra Gada Padmam. So all these features that he is mentioning. Now, Dhuru Maharaj is focusing all these elements of the form of the Lord, so he can meditate on this form. So this concludes the today's verse. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnavvranda ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sri Krishna Prabhuji. Wonderful class, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji.